All right, so on today's show, we are going to be talking about Jonathan Majors. Now, Jonathan Majors has been on a major rise here in Hollywood as of late. Probably one of our most prominent actors of 2003, 2002, and 2001. And 2000. So since Lovecraft Country and a few Ant-Man and Creed 3, he's been on a upswing. So recently, though, he's been in the headlines for things other than his acting prowess. So we're gonna jump right into that right now. Space Gang, welcome to a brand new episode of the BK Spades Show. I am your host, the BK Spades, and I am here with my very lovely co-host,
Novacaine, baby. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right, y'all heard what we talking about in the synopsis, and I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said on my Facebook, my personal Facebook earlier, at the BK Space, I am not looking forward to real. I'm not keen on this conversation for real. I'm gonna be real with you guys, straight out the hop. I'm not, because Jonathan Majors, for anybody that knows me, has been like one of my favorite actors. Like, the man hasn't had a bad role, but sometimes, as it goes, just because you like someone and they have great art does not mean that they themselves don't make mistakes or don't have skeletons. And Novocaine. So overview here. What are your thoughts on all the scandals that's been going on with Mr. Majors? Your personal thoughts.
Personally, I am definitely disappointed, um, shocked, and just a little sad. I'm not even gonna lie because it's like you said, being a fan and seeing someone have this downward, like unraveling of a history of some evilness is disheartening. So, personally, I don't want to actually talk about this either. And this is my idea. So,
Right?
but it has
Right?
to be talked about. It has to be talked about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
The
and this is
price
the
of
thing.
fame in Hollywood. Yes, JJ. Most definitely. Most definitely.
No, I'm gonna tell you what just threw me off. That siren that just came out of nowhere.
It kind of was perfect timing.
It was. Also, hey JJ, how you doing today? And anybody else that's stopping by, hello, thanks for stopping by. I didn't do that earlier. So I guess we need to get right into these allegations because let's just be real. No matter what he's done up to this point, there's some mistakes have been made. Some crimes have possibly allegedly been committed. Some things have been done, and we have to be careful because one, he has not been in court for any reason of any of this stuff. So it's
Yet.
all basically yet. So it's all basically opinionate, public opinion at this point. So, no, you have anything you want to start with a brief overview of what's going on with them?
Hmm. Okay, so I put together a little timeline here. So we can start from the beginning of all the allegations. Now, allegedly, there were allegations that came out around the Lovecraft era, the Lovecraft Country era. So it was very hard to pinpoint. Mostly that came up was like, of course, social media posts and things like that. So no one was really reporting on it when these first few allegations came out. So we don't have names and faces for those. but we're
Mm-hmm.
going to talk about what popped off this year. We also touched base on it. I want to say when it first started, when the allegations first came out, I joked about it a little bit, but I definitely want to let it be known that there's nothing funny about these allegations. On top of, like I said, it's very sad, it's disappointing, disheartening. Someone so talented just tank so quickly. On top of that, so the last week of March is when everything pretty much started, like about March 25th. That's when he was arrested and charged with several counts of assault and attempted assault, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these allegations, and well, that arrest came from his girlfriend allegedly saying that, they fought after having a bad argument in a taxi in New York. So when those allegations came out, of course everyone was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
As soon as as soon as they came out, "What the hell? What is going on? What do you mean he had something going on domestically with his girlfriend?" And then
Yeah.
these
Because
people, of course you have these other people that are like, "Oh, a white woman trying to bring a black man down,"
we're
and
gonna
things
we're
like
gonna
that.
we're gonna get into that because I think that's that last statement you said when the allegations or the rumors started swirling. Everybody was caught off guard. They didn't know how to feel about it. I know I didn't because the first thing I was like, "Come on, man! This man just hit like uh
March,
a string
March.
of."
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your
No, I
finish
was
your thought.
saying he just hit like a super string of positive viewings, positive movies, positive role. People loved him. Like everything we know about him, the little we do know, because he's a very private person, which is probably a part of the issue here. Um, it's been positive, so it was like out of left field kind of for us. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, Jonathan Majors, Jonathan Majors. Nah, y'all ain't. This
Yeah.
ain't real.
Not.
This can't
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah. Um. So around March 25th, 24th is when everything popped off with him being arrested. I want to say Creed 3 came out at the beginning of March, like March 3rd, March 10th. Let me see. I'm going to Google it really quickly. I didn't Google that part earlier because I didn't even think about it until just
Yeah,
now that, how close the release of this movie was, March the 3rd. So within 3 weeks, everything just went downhill. And then, like, of course, with like these big movies, there's all different types of ads and promotions, and this person gets a piece, that person gets an interview. You do a
yeah,
reel with this person, you do a video, a TikTok with that person. So it's like we're seeing Jonathan Majors everywhere. On top of, it was award season. So we're
yeah.
seeing
So
him at all these award shows.
the
Everyone's like,
media circuit was
that
crazy.
was crazy. It was crazy, He's doing the he and Michael B. Jordan, "Hey Auntie," all of that's
Oh,
going on. So everyone's like excited, and up until the end of March. So
that fall was swift.
very, very swift.
Well, the fall is
Because
still
the
happening. So
this it's still happening. It's still we're getting front row seats to this.
facts.
It's very unfortunate, but the price of fame, as JJ said earlier in the comments, because all I could think of is if it was just a regular person, of course we wouldn't see it publicly, unless
No,
they had, some type of public personality, or if they were a public figure or whatever.
yeah,
All right. So when he was arrested, charged, of course his lawyer is going to say, everything, everything's a lie, you know, everything's going to be okay. He's an innocent man. He didn't do anything wrong. The day after that, the U.S. Army had an ad campaign, and they decided to just pause it. They just paused it, after the allegations. And need I remind everyone These are still just the allegations, his girlfriend, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where it gets dicey.
Okay, let's
The,
go.
t- the text message from his girlfriend was released. And what was crazy is his own lawyer released this text message.
L-
Okay?
Are you ready to put it on the screen? We're reading this right
Yeah,
now.
go ahead, put it on the screen. Go ahead, put it on the screen.
All right, here we go. This is the text message between Jonathan Majors and his girlfriend that was released by the lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Want me to read it? You
Go
want to read
ahead.
it?
No,
I'll
you go
read it.
ahead.
So he texted her, "Did you leave the keys?" And then he goes, "Goodbye." Allegedly. Allegedly.
According to these, this is, by the way, this is
According to
from TMZ.
this is from TMZ, right?
They posted these. I got them from there. Screenshotted from TMZ.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Please let me know you're okay when you get this. Excuse me. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as a protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did. That they did. Okay. And I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told him it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only just got out of hospital. Just call me when you're out. I love
Pause
you.
right there. Pause right there. Um, because I think this is the part of the message that everyone has been focusing on here lately. Because she says, "I told
Told
him
them
it
it
was
was
my
my
fault
fault.
for trying to grab your phone." Now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody know domestic one-on-one in movies, TV shows, and all that good stuff, but and in real life, when things like this happen, it seems like when you're in a position of power or that spouse that's been abused, and I'm not saying this is what's going on here, but when that spouse has been abused, they get in their mind that they need this person for something. And I don't know how long they've been together. I don't know what the dynamics of this relationship is completely here, but it definitely does sound like, oh, my bad, don't leave me. It kind of have that vibe going on. Again, I'm not saying that's what's happening, but that's what it seems like, and I'm not the
It's
only person that picked
definitely,
up on that.
yeah, it's definitely feeling like a little bit of like, what's the word? What's the little thing? I guess better woman syndrome. Like if you're used to being beaten on and you feel like it's your fault that he did whatever he had to do out of anger because of what you did to him.
Yeah,
So she definitely was saying that it was her fault that she grabbed your phone. Like, bro, girl, girl, girl,
I mean,
girl.
what's the name of
Like
that song that just dropped with shoot, what's old buddy, the one that had the Lord of Squad,
Tyler the
Tyler,
Creator.
Tyler Creator, that "Don't Leave It's My Fault" type of feeling vibe. That's the only thing that was ringing in my head reading that. By the way,
BK.
I'm just saying that's like
It been
the,
came out.
I know
It
I'm
might
just
be.
saying.
It might be. Did he release it as a single recently? Maybe.
No, 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 no. I'm just saying. That's the only Tyler the Creator song I like. But it was
Oh no,
just a
I'm
reference.
tripping. I'm tripping because that was definitely off of Igor. I had to think about it twice. Don't leave, it's my fault.
We are now off on a tangent.
It
uh,
happens. That's how we do
JJ,
here.
the honorary co-host for the moment. I know it's a trigger, but she is a white woman, and police will believe them over a black woman.
That is going to lead me into a point later on. We're going to touch on that. Thank you for that, JJ.
All
That
right,
is definitely going to
let's
lead me on a point later on. You want me?
let's
Want to finish reading the text message?
yeah, let's get that out. Let's get that out the way real quick here.
Okay.
Last paragraph. Still the
I love
girlfriend talking.
you. Oh, these text messages were sent the same day, but it looks like 6 o'clock in the evening, and then 9:32 in the evening.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, that was a long gap of no talking in between the two.
Yeah. They just called again to check on me, and I reiterated how this was not an attack and they do not have my blessing on any charges being placed. I read the paper they gave me about strangulation and I said point blank, this did not cure and should be removed immediately. The judge is definitely going to be told this. She ensured this to me. I know you have the best team and there's nothing to worry about. I just, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. That not the best team. And there's
Look,
not a thing to worry about. I just want you to know that I'm doing all I can on my end. I also said to tell the judge to know that the origin of the call was to do with me collapsing and passing out and your worry as my partner due to our communication prior. Out of care, she promised all will be relayed. Huh?
so a few things here. That last line, especially. So
Huh?
yeah, it's kind of confusing a little bit there, right? Like, what is really happening here? First of all, my first issue, well, not issue, but that what was it, like a 3 hour gap where he didn't reply and she replied again?
Yeah, because he's probably was in the holding cell.
That's true, but it also releasing this was I don't think it was a good idea to
It
release
was
this.
not a good idea. I don't know what his lawyer was thinking,
Um, I don't know if
especially if you're trying to fight a case of innocence, because the lawyer has said to everyone, he is innocent. He did nothing wrong. Huh? Are you sure?
yeah. I mean, I'm not even sure anymore. Reading it like that the ending where she says, what did she say? I
No,
also
it's
said to
the
tell the judge to know that the origin of the call was to do with me collapsing and passing
huh?
out, and your worry as my partner due to our communication prior.
How she
So,
pass out? How she collapse?
yeah, like there are more. That text message chain gave us more questions than it gave us answers,
He
which is why I'm
gave
saying
us
I'm not
no
sure.
answers.
And there was supposed to be a video release that never surfaced.
Yeah, the video never surfaced, but there was a different video that surfaced this past week. But if we're going to try to keep this chronological,
Oh, sorry, my bad. Continue. It's on you. We're passing after the messages. It didn't go well for the public opinion got worse.
no, the public
It's
opinion got way worse, my brother.
and
They
depending
got
on where
way.
you are, depending on who you are, it's kind of almost where you sided. Like if you were more of those conservative brother types, I guess what would be considered like the hoteps, I guess, in that kind
Hmm.
of in that circle, you had the opinion of this is just someone trying to take down a good brother.
That's what it looks. That's what they. That's what a lot of people were claiming at first.
Yeah, but
But
then if you are a sympathizer or if you know abusers or if you've seen abuse, you're like, no, bro, this man did it. So
yeah,
depending on who you are,
the
the
perspective definitely changes and varies from person to person. Like you said, like when you know abuse, when you've seen it firsthand, and it was the text message that changed everything. Everything changed when this alleged text message surfaced. So what are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to think? So that was basically within a week span of, being arrested, the lawyer saying he was innocent, the army campaign pausing the ad that was over $117 million, by the way. So that has to be a big deal.
is that where the
um
defense? Hold on, is that's where the defense budget going in America? We paying all this money for ads costing that much? Gee, that's another
that's another
story for another
conversation.
day. My bad.
Exactly, for another day.
My bad. We go.
Exactly.
What happens
Why?
next?
Where is the money? Like, where's the money going? Like, there's so we gotta have a finance talk on another day. But anyway, that just made me mad. I almost lost my train of thought. So,
My bad. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. And then the lawyer releases that text message. So that was all within a week span. Within the next week, he was dropped by his PR team. some different managers, and he was uninvited to the Met Gala.
So speaking of being dropped by his management PR team allegedly, um, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read that his lawyer is married to one of the owners or one of the people at the PR team as well, or one of the managers, something like that. So it's a family affair, and I'm like, was that a good idea to have at all? Like, because when one drop you, will the other one drop you too?
Yeah,
And when your PR team drop you, that's
that's big.
usually not a good. Usually, it's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign at all. That's when I, well, like I said, the text message pretty much was like, "Oh shit, oops, excuse me. Up, here goes some more sirens." Living in the city,
Right?
but
I
of
stay on a
course,
dead end street, so I'm good.
you lucky, you're lucky. Um, the text message pretty much was like, "Oh snap, this is it." But the PR team, cutting ties with him, I was like, "It's a wrap,"
Yeah,
you know.
that when I read it, I was like, man, I'm hoping that that's not what it is. Maybe it was just he needed somebody that can handle something differently.
Maybe,
Maybe they
maybe,
weren't equipped for it.
maybe.
The Met Gala thing, I don't know. JJ says the Met Gala may be a good thing because it seems demonic to her. Look, I don't know. I don't know if the Met Gala is demonic, but I will say some of their choices of themes do be
It's a
questionable.
little.
Questionable, a little creepy, just a little creepy sometimes. So I feel it.
You do be like, "What's going on here?" You know. But I mean, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, like you said. But if it is demonic, and that's the whole kill that I was thinking. If it is demonic, do you know how bad you have to look in the public eye to get uninvited to that? Do you know
Touche.
how bad it has to be?
So
So that means that they may know something that we as regular people in the public, we may not know.
undoubtedly, the PR team absolutely knows something that we do not know. I mean, legally and all that.
Yes,
The police all them know more
everybody.
than we know, which is why I've been pretty silent on the whole thing as a whole. Because I'm like, we ain't got every piece of this operation yet. We don't know where what's up, what's down, what's left or right for real. We don't know. We don't know what we don't know. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's just. But what we do have seems damning within itself, especially after that text message.
So then she tried to recant her statement. Oh yeah, I did go backwards because she did try to recant everything that was going on. I think we talked about that in the last episode. We were first talking about Jonathan Majors.
I can't
So
remember.
I can't remember either, but I'm pretty sure everybody that has
Hold
been,
on, hold on.
it got real loud. I think
Yeah,
everybody
okay.
that's pretty much been pretty much keeping up with it knows that she did recant her statement or recant the actions or the text message or whatever. But
Yeah,
another bad sign, right?
because now the public is saying, "Oh well, that means the money they gave her money to hush it up."
Then last week, I want to say about Monday or Tuesday,
Allegedly.
allegedly, Monday or Tuesday, there was a video that came out on the same night of this alleged tech attack, alleged attack, where she's out in the club partying. So now it's like, okay, you recanted this. What's really going on?
Hold
So,
on. Can we start right there because that reminded me of something.
uh,
Um, okay, so this is the internet reacted to Tiffany Haddish reposting the article where when you tweet something, the article's title usually retweets on your tweet. So
yeah,
so they were saying it was like, oh, can't believe she's out dancing or whatever after that attack. Listen, people, it wasn't Tiffany had they are attacking Tiffany like, yo, she needs to shut up after what she's done.
she
I'm
do
like,
need
she
to shut
just
up.
I get it, but she didn't say anything. She just retweeted the article. This is the same thing
And
that
that's the worst
happened.
part.
This is the same thing that happened with Kyrie. He didn't say anything. He just retweeted a movie or posted a movie from another tweet or whatnot, and people
True.
thought it was him saying it. Just because you retweet something does not mean you are
You agree.
endorsing or that is your opinion.
I
Sorry, I
agree.
just wanted to say that because we keep running through
We
this
keep
cycle
running
over and
into
over
that.
again.
We do keep running into that as a society for sure.
I retweet stuff
And
all the time to go back and reread when I forget.
personally, I had to stop doing that because it started making me myself more angry. So me no angry. Like I just had to like stop doing it. Especially like or retweeting or sharing a post where I don't agree and I'm sharing my thoughts of how I don't agree with that. I had
Yeah.
to stop doing that because I felt like it was a waste of my energy. So honestly, like I feel as though if you don't agree with it, don't share it, don't retweet it. Honestly, like even though there are people out there that just retweet it to get people riled up and have a conversation going or whatever. If you do not want that type of heat on your back, just don't do it.
So you right, but let's get back to all right, listen. Just because a person has been attacked or is a victim of an attack, one, we did not know the severity of the attack.
Yeah. So she could
Two,
be out partying.
yeah, two, it doesn't matter what the attack was. If he accidentally just scratched her arm when he grabbed her, it's if it was an attack, it's an attack. No matter how big or how small it is. If you were in a fight somewhere, or if you were in an argument and someone slightly pushed your shoulder, you and you want to be petty about it, you gonna call the police. You gonna
Yeah.
call the police. And you gonna say what? Oh, this person put their hands on me. Are you gonna like deeply describe how that person? You gonna say that person put their hands on me, they pushed me. You ain't gonna say, well, they pushed me a little bit. You're not. You're
Mhm.
not. So stop it. She could be out and enjoying herself afterwards.
I actually went through something back in the 2010s, early 2010s, and I went right out and partied like nothing happened.
It could be a coping mechanism, or it
It
could be
could be
you just
it could be either it could like you said it could be a coping mechanism and it could be healthy or unhealthy because some people they just can't wallow. Like I'm not a big person of wallowing in my pity. So
yeah,
like if I can do anything, if I could go out to eat, if I could go party real quick, if I could go to the bar just to get my mind off of it, I would do it. Sometimes it takes you sometimes you got to step out of everything to really process it.
yeah. And that may be exactly where she is. But just remember that she's an alleged victim, just like he's an alleged attacker. We don't know
Yeah, we don't know. We don't
what the
truly
truth is.
know.
Yeah.
We don't truly know. But wait, there's more.
There's more. Yeah. Let's finish this up, man. Because I'm just
This weekend, the big
man.
one is April 23rd. So April 19th was just a few days ago. If you need a cherry on top
What
to these
happened on the night?
allegations,
What happened on the 19th?
more women have come out to say that they have been allegedly abused by him.
No, no, for real. Do we know anything about these women?
So this is going back to what I was talking about what JJ said. When all of this started happening, right? Of
Mm-hmm.
course, the Twitter sphere blew up. I mean, it blew up, right?
I mean, come on, he's a darling in the film industry.
Right.
People love him. We all
The
have this positive viewing of him. He is cool with Michael B. Jordan, so there's another plus, which makes him cool. He's in Marvel movies, and he was getting the
so
rug from Auntie. So
so
from
there
Auntie
was a lot
Angela.
of allegations that came out as soon like but even before the text message dropped, where women were saying like I had a friend to tell me that her friend was abused by him while they were, in a relationship, but no one believed her because she was a black woman.
Mm.
And that's going back to what JJ said.
You wrap
And
that up nicely.
I hate to say it like this. I really, really, truly hate to say it like this, but it's true. Bill Cosby, um, Trey Songs, um, who else are abusers? Uh, Honestly, if R. Kelly hadn't messed with a white girl sooner, we would have he would have been locked away sooner. Honestly, I hate
True,
to say it.
true.
I hate to say it. Black women, we are not protected in this country. Period. Period. We have to protect each other. So that's why on the 19th. So if you're seeing these stories going on Twitter and there's other women speaking out that, oh, because some people have even asked me, like, why do women wait until another woman say something? One, they probably did say something about it, but no one believed them. Two, you may not want to really say it because you're embarrassed. No one wants to talk about their abuse. No one wants to talk about anything that happened to them negatively. And
That's a good one. I
three,
didn't think about that.
you may not really have that confidence, and just seeing somebody else that went through it will give you a morale boost. How many times have you haven't been confident about talking about something, but you see somebody else talking about it? Next thing you know, you're having that conversation with them. Easy peasy. So that's my only issue, though. On top of that, is that it had to take a white woman for all of this to come about, because I vaguely, I feel like I saw like maybe one post back during the Lovecraft Country stuff, and there were allegations. But if they were all black women, who's gonna believe them?
I
This
didn't
is a
even
man
know
on the
that
rise
was
to
happening.
fame. He pretty much blew up overnight to being a household name.
Yeah, but that's usually how it happens too. You know, no one knows you until everybody knows you. Now everybody
Yeah.
knows you. Like I didn't even know he was a thing until Lovecraft came out. Like that was
You
my
never saw
first
the
time.
last black man in San Francisco?
No, no,
Oh,
I didn't see any of those films. Especially since I be out of watching movies unless it's like a major movie right now. These
like
past couple of years has been there for me.
it makes me very, very upset, because there's two things that makes me very upset about this. One, if Hollywood knew that he was an abuser, why allow it to happen so long?
Mm, money.
But they knew that it could crack eventually.
But by the time that we all find out that he was possibly a
Allegedly.
allegedly an abuser, he was already a major star. He's already made money.
Yeah,
Everything
he's
he
made big
does,
now. He's made big money now.
and not only will he continue to make money, they will continue to make money off his name, even if he's not a big name anymore, because he's solidified at this point. Like he is probably like one of the brightest young stars in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
He's at the top. So, I mean, in his demographic, in his age, and all that, when it comes to accountability, but he was poised to be in the Denzel Washingtons, the Russell Crowes, the Morgan Freemans. He was carving his lane out for that. So he will forever have somewhere to go. Even this has to be so bad where there's no way he can have redemption from it. And I don't see that right now. As of right now, I don't see that. I see this as he's gonna have to go away. He's gonna take a bunch of lumps for a few years, and then he's gonna have his Robert Downey Jr. moment, his Iron
Mm,
Man moment, where he
mm.
comes back, and then and I'm comparing the career paths, not the devices, because Robert Downey Jr. was an alcoholic. He was young in Hollywood, made a bunch of mistakes at that time,
Child,
and then he disappeared and came back later.
child, Tim Allen was moving them bricks.
So I'm just saying, like,
It can happen, but he's a black man, so it's very,
it's
very
slim.
slim. It's
But
slim.
Morgan Freeman has had plenty of allegations,
True.
but
Uh oh.
I'm
Uh
away.
oh. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O. I need you to say that again for me. You said Morgan Freeman had a lot of allegations, and then what?
No, that was it. That was the end of it. Morgan Freeman had a lot of allegations too.
Oh, it just probably chopped all that piece up then.
No, we good. We good. Um,
Child. If you haven't seen Marlon's HBO comedy special, Hollywood only has room for one black man at a time. Lord,
I don't know. I don't know.
I gotta watch
I
his special.
it was a good special. I think at a time that would be true, completely true. Now, I'm not saying they got a whole lot of space for all of us right now, but Michael B. Jordan Peele, Keegan Michael Key, Jonathan Majors. That's a lot of black men that have been in prominent movie roles here recently.
Jordan Peele hasn't been acting in the movies.
I know, but no, that's not true. He was in Wendell and Wild.
Okay, he was a voice actor. You right.
But I'm just saying, like, we at least got 3 or 4 right now. I think this is the new renaissance we're in for Black Hollywood, which I don't like categorizing this. You know this. We've been down this road, y'all. We'll talk about that later. But for the sake of the argument, I feel like this is a new renaissance we're in right now. And we've been doing pretty good on producing and directing movies, even to some films that we don't even know we're in. You know, we're doing it. So I think the timing for him was really unfortunate because we could be moving into a new horizon for Black Hollywood actors and actresses and movie directors and producers. Even for Black women, you know, they've been directing, they've been in TV shows, movies, and major moments too. Viola Davis to be one of them, and a whole lot more women as well. So, how many of JJ asked how many of them have won an Oscar though? Now
How
that's
many black men or the men
people.
that you named? Because black men, that's still a small number, but
Oh, of course. Now we breaking it down at the Oscars. That's a whole nother argument
yeah.
that I can
Because
agree on.
nobody that you named won an Oscar. Maybe some Golden Globes, some
Well,
MTV awards.
the lady that's been rocking, I think for costumes, I think she won it 3 years in a row, or 3 times she's been nominated in a row for
She did it. She did the costumes for Wakanda Forever.
yeah, and Black Panther and
Mhm.
something, you know. So she been doing her thing. She's black. So
She though, we talking about the menses.
men, oh, out of the people I named, no,
No,
Denzel got one, right? Yeah,
yeah, he got
yeah, Denzel
an
got one.
Oscar. Yeah, he got an Oscar.
None of the young homies yet, but I
None of
don't
the.
care. It's not that I don't care about the Oscars, and I get why people care about the Oscars, but we literally made um award shows. We finna fight about this mic, Novacaine.
What I do?
Keep moving the mic.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry.
but we have our
Listen,
own award shows now.
you know I just moved, so like the
Yeah,
setup
I
is
know.
still coming through.
I know. I'm just messing with you. Um, but yeah, we literally built our own award show so we wouldn't have to worry about the Oscars. But yet here we are in 2023, 2024, and the Oscars is still like heavy on our hearts and minds. You know what I'm saying? Like there's the
Mm.
Soul Train Awards and there's the NAACP Awards.
Dang, so I quickly Googled which black men have an Oscar. Of course, Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, and Will Smith. But here's the crazy part, right? Sidney Poitier won it in 1964.
Yeah.
1964. I feel like they just did that just to be doing that, right?
I don't
Because
know.
another black,
I don't know, because Sidney Poitier was like
he
really
was
knocking
great.
down. No, but he was knocking down barriers too. Like he
True.
was the first
It's
person to
true.
kiss a white woman or something like that in the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
true.
I'm
So
just saying. I'm
so
just saying.
they gave him the award to win it because he kissed a white woman.
I don't know if that's the same movie. I've never really.
Never seen the movie
I've never
either.
been a fan for real.
But wait, 1964 to 2002. So that's like 40 some 30 something, almost 40 years of no black man winning an Oscar until Denzel did for Training Day. Jamie Foxx for Ray in '05. Forrest Whitaker '07 for Last King of Scotland. So it was kind of like every other year between Jamie and Forrest. But we didn't see one for almost 2 decades.
Which is
and
messed
then
up.
Will Smith and then Will Smith with King Richard.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
Let
Look,
me
I'm
let
not.
me say my last point on Jonathan
Go ahead. Go ahead. Is this the
because
button
he
for the conversation?
this is the button for the conversation for Jonathan.
No, it's not. I got one more, but go ahead.
He also was just uh, removed from the cast of a movie called The Man in My Basement that's co-starring William Defoe. Oh, that made me so mad. I could have seen him in a movie with Mr. Defoe himself.
Yo, Willem is one of my like he in the top 10, 15, 20 for real. JJ, I am also too old. She says I'm too old to watch award shows. Me too. Me
I'm
too.
never too old to watch award
I don't even
shows.
watch them no more. But I do. I catch the highlights. I catch the
I will
highlights.
watch the highlights. I won't watch it from beginning to the end, but I will watch the highlights. I probably would also like Google who won what because all of the awards aren't aired.
Yeah.
So
All right. So this is my last thing. This is the
wait,
last thing. What?
wait, I'm not finished.
You got more? There's more?
While all of this is going on, Disney and Marvel Cinematic Universe has said nothing.
Oh yeah. But this is good point because this is the segue to that. I want to scratch my ear, can't find it. This is a good segue to that because I seen this argument come up on Twitter and Facebook and comment sections and stuff, and it goes like this. But what about Ezra Miller? Why did it not, as much as he's done, why is he still able to have his movie and not catch the political backlash hands like Jonathan Majors? Uh,
So, on a business perspective,
Business perspective. So let's go. Why not Ezra Miller? Why
Ezra
he ain't catching these fades?
Ezra did not have the power that Jonathan Majors had. Period. Ezra didn't have everybody calling him. Ezra only had the Flash. On top of when all the allegations came out with Ezra, they were already halfway like putting his movie together. I don't think people understand how much time, energy, schedules that these production companies have to be on. So,
Oh, for y'all that don't know, Ezra Miller, thanks JJ, you're right. For y'all that don't know,
because I
um,
don't know,
Ezra Miller is the Flash
he's the Flash
in the DC
in the
movies, in
DC
the movies.
movies, not the
And
TV
he was
show.
also in wasn't he not also in the Harry Potter films too? Not the Harry Potter, but the Beast films, the Magical
Fantastic
Beast,
Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, I think he is.
Oh, was he? I think he was. I think he was. He was on. What was the character's name? Um, he did get dropped from that third one though, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't get invited to come back for that one.
All right,
Damn,
so
Ezra, you look wild in a mug in this picture, bruh.
the Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, he was in Dumbledore too. He was in the last one as well.
Oh, so he was.
He
He
was
was
in
Dumbledore.
Fantastic Beasts. No, he wasn't Dumbledore. That's Jude Law.
He was Aurelius Dumbledore,
Okay, yeah, the brother.
the brother. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and he been in a lot of stuff. I think what is it, like the movie Kevin. He was in that movie. I don't really know much about that though, but he was in there. Uh the Batman. He was in the Batman.
Yeah, yeah, he made a cameo in the Batman, didn't he?
I can't remember, but yeah, Ezra Miller was the Flash,
The Batman was the one with whatchamacallit?
vampire guy.
Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's who Ezra Miller is. He didn't have a whole lot of projects afterwards because he also was into a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You looking him up right now, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at his movies.
Oh, I was in. Can you see if you can find a synopsis of what he did? I think we talked about him in a past
What he
episode.
did, what he
Yeah, I know.
didn't do is the question say nah. But I can tell
It,
you off the top of my head,
go ahead.
he basically kidnapped the woman and her children and like doing weird stuff to them on the farm.
Yeah, and he
We had talked
also
about it in one of our shows in
yeah we did.
season. What
It
season
was
we in?
last
Season
season, I think
7.
it
So
was.
it was last season, yeah.
Yeah. So
No, it probably was season 5 because when it happened, no.
it wasn't that long ago. But the point is, Ezra did some stuff, kidnapped some people, was making wild videos. The head DC was bought recently here. Hey
Mhm.
Tiffany. Hey Tiffany
Hey
Red
Tiff.
over there at the Wisdom Review. We see you, girl. Um, yeah, so the trafficking thing, I mean the kidnapping thing, I'm sorry. What else did he do? He did something. DC wanted him to go through rehab and stuff to keep him on as the Flash. So as of right now, all his other movies and stuff may have been canceled, but he is still slated to be DC's Flash going forward. Unless they're doing the whole let's wait till the movie come out, then drop him. As far as the difference between as far as me and why this argument is kind of mute at this point, is everything has been dropped from Ezra. He has nothing slated. At least the last time I checked a few days ago, he has nothing slated past the Flash.
Flash. There's nothing else right now.
Um, we were all very vocal against Ezra after we found out that he was doing the whole kidnapping, whatever it was, kidnapping thing. But before that, we was in his corner because he was seemingly picking fights with I think it was like some KKK members, and he was like, "You know who I am, and you know what I'm about." We didn't know what that meant. We thought it was like just him, throwing his bravado, but maybe it's more to Ezra than we thought it was, though. But
I
that's a whole
forgot.
nother. Yeah, yeah. So he went from hero to villain in like 2 weeks, and everybody turned on him too, public and professionally. No one brings him up. No one talks about him for real, unless you're talking in regards to why DC didn't can him after the Flash. So there's that. Um, Jonathan, on the other hand, is currently again in the middle of major moments. He is the centerpiece of Marvel right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense for them not to just jump out the window and get rid of him. They want to make sure that they're doing the right thing and make best believe they are investigating. And if they find out that they can't continue forward with him in the next couple of years for the next projects like Loki, I think Loki is up next, season 2 of Loki, which he is also a major part of. You guys don't know the character he's playing is a major player in the Marvel universe
Marvel
as a whole.
Universe. Yes.
Several
Yes.
different versions of this character,
Yeah.
several
If you
different
haven't seen
timelines.
Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania,
I have not.
you still haven't seen it?
Nope. I'm waiting on them to drop it on Disney Plus now since I
It
had to
was
miss
supposed
it.
to it was supposed to drop this
And
weekend.
they delayed it apparently because of the situation. So thank you, Marvel. I should have when I went on vacation. I should have went to go see it then
Wow.
because I
It's
walked
wild.
right by the movie theater.
It's wild times. Like we didn't
Oh,
expect
you welcome,
this.
Tiffany Red.
We didn't expect all of this, to go down like this. But
Absolutely not. But
all
this is
we
where
can
we
do
are
at this
now.
point, all we can do at this point is wait for the court for the court date, which is May 8th of this year. So
I'm I'm being honest with you. I'm kind of glad it's about to start. I hate that he's going through it, but I want to see where this goes.
yeah, what is
If
it? A speedy and fair trial or something like that?
you hear me, I'm
What'd you
um
say?
I'm breaking up. Hold on.
You're not breaking up no more.
Oh, I'm good now. I'm
Your
good.
head was moving like a
Oh
mug when
no,
you said.
no, because I'm looking at the little Wi-Fi thing go down. I wanted to go ahead and happen. So if he's innocent, we'll know, and we can move on with. He can move on with his life, and the victims can move on with their life. And because one, you don't want to be going through all this, especially in public, because people find out who you are, then they harass you over things, and you don't want that. Fandoms are wild, especially nerd fandoms.
Hmm.
Um, old, I forgot her actual name, but the lady that plays Rey in Star Wars went through fandom backlash. The guy that plays Jar Jar Binks was going through fandom backlash. Multiple characters from Star Wars have been going through fandom backlash, and some of them are either deleting, going through therapy or something, or like the guy that played Jar Jar, he recently came out to say that he was suicidal. So, we have to be careful as fans how we approach certain stars and people that are star adjacent because they're still humans. And no matter how you feel right now, we don't know what's going on. Don't be out here trying to be internet justice, social justice warriors. Let's wait to see what the courts say and stop getting in people's DMs telling them how bad of a person they are because they have allegations against your favorite movie star or singer or something. All right, let's be adults about this. Stay out these folks' inboxes. Let them live their lives. And I hope whatever happens in the court case, it is definitive, it is factual, it is the truth, and everybody can move on with their lives.
Prayerfully.
That's right. And all of this stuff we talked about today was alleged.
Let's say that for the millionth time today, because baby.
No, I seen what happened to that Tasha K. It was Tasha K, right?
Yeah,
That
with Cardi
that
B.
Carter B. Yeah, I see. They
Yeah.
they coming for assets, though. Not over
Mm-mm.
here,
Only got
baby.
2 pennies right now. I'm like Mr. Krabs right now.
Man, and y'all
They
leave my
asked
place.
me for it.
Y'all
I ain't
leave.
got it.
You cannot have my Gundam collection or Broby.
No,
Okay,
thank
we
you.
need him.
No, thank you.
Anything else you got to add, my good sis?
To the Jonathan Majors part.
Yeah, because we got to end the conversation.
Nah, that's everything I had to say about Jonathan Majors. I hit all the points I wanted to hit.
And Tasha is still going. I bet she is. She
Sure
don't
is.
seem like the type to walk away. She's the dead
You
great
ain't gonna
heels in
get me
type.
though. You ain't gonna get me though.
Oh no, because I'm a fold. I'm like, we ain't talking about that person no more.
I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
I've
JJ, like
seen
JJ will be like the mad singer. Who is that? No, ma'am.
right. I've seen like a video or two before, like a little bit before the Cardi B thing came out. In fact, I think I seen the Cardi video, and then right after I watched it, the allegations. I mean, sorry, the legal stuff started happening. I was like, well, that was coincidental. I guess. I don't know. Facebook was trying to tell us something. I don't know.
Oh wait, you said what?
I saw the video that she had about Cardi first, and then like right after that, that court case came up where Cardi was suing her for defamation or whatever it was.
Oh, I thought you was talking about Facebook had came out with a lawsuit because they definitely did.
No,
So you guys make sure you check your notifications because you might be entitled to a action lawsuit.
so that's real.
Yeah, I just got the notification.
Yay! We are all about
That's
to
why.
get three
That's why I
dollars
had to
and
ask
fifty
you.
cents.
That's why I asked you. Yeah, we all gonna get 50 cents exactly.
$3.50. We're
three
gonna get
dollars
$3
and
out of
fifty
it.
cents. Can I just get a verified if that's the
All right.
case?
Listen. This is my last thing, and this is more of on a political standpoint. Um, let us have our data and let us choose whether or not we want to sell it, and let us get the money from selling it. All right. If you
I
want my
gotta do
data,
some.
I will give you my data for a price, a fair price. Whatever you was paying Facebook for my data or Google, pay me, baby. That's all I got to say. I'm done. What do you? Congratulations on the move, by the way. What else you got
Thank
to
you.
add? Go ahead.
Thank
What,
you.
what you said you had something else?
I am a new Cincy consultant, so hit me up, y'all. We're gonna be having some fun this week. I don't know. I want to have an in-person party sometime this summer, so definitely stay tuned for that. Everything's gonna be virtual for right now, but definitely stay tuned for that. I'm very excited to be joining Cincy as a consultant. It has become my very first healthy habit addiction.
Well, that means it's not
It's not a
healthy,
habit;
but
it's an addiction.
okay, okay. Well, y'all support the homie over there. Oh, if you have, this is the last thing, and then we're out. If you have Peacock, check out the Barney doc. Those white men had mental issues over something that wasn't real. I've been meaning to do that. I totally forgot it was a thing. I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully nothing else crazy happens over the next week. I mean, yeah, over the next 2 weeks before our next episode, because we kind of want to talk about something lighthearted now. Because the last 2 or 3 episodes, we've
Like
been kind of four
four
episodes.
episodes.
Amanda
We've been
Bynes.
yeah, it's
What
been
else did we
tough.
talk about? Yeah, everything's been tough. Amanda Bynes. We talked about the Vicky
Guerrero,
Guerrero last episode.
and then I
Uh,
want to say it was something else before
the
that. Before
the
Amanda,
it was the Justin Bieber
Justin
situation.
Bieber allegations. So we definitely have been like in the keeping it pretty on the tough side. So I think it is time for us to go on the. And then we had the Justin Roiland thing. So there's a whole bunch of different
Yeah,
things we've had going on. Um, I think when we come back, we should definitely have something nice and fun to talk about because this is too much. It's too
yeah.
much. I'm tired of it. Like, I don't want to be angry. I'm not an angry person.
No,
Like,
we don't want you to be angry. Definitely not.
me no angry.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have been. Thank you guys for listening. It's been great. It's been wonderful. Thanks for coming through. We definitely had an interesting conversation today. Um, I have been the BK Spades here with my very lovely co-host.
Novocaine.
You know what? That's a lie. That's not what we're gonna do. Tell them what else we got to do. Do me a favor and head
Oh,
over to www.thebkspaceshow.com where you can get all the merchandise and all the episodes and bios in one place. Novocaine, let them know what else they got to do for us.
head on over to Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating. Head on over to Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating and a written review.
All right. Thanks for listening. I have been the BK Spades here with my very lovely co-host.
Novocaine, baby.
All right, Spades Gang. We up out. Take it easy.